Like I've said in my introduction, we need to learn to accept consequences for the actions we choose. I was always taught by my father, if you make your bed, you need to lie in it. That's why we just need to stop and think in this country. It's like people run around without absolutely any concern for other people. And in regards to the current race that's being run, in the economy, I should say, this is more about the economy than anything, our problem is we've done this to ourselves. History has shown that the current administration, whether it's, the Congress or, whoever's in office right now, not just the president, the decisions that they make really won't affect the country and come to the surface for 10 to 12 years. Just look at history, and you'll see the same thing. But more or less, what I'm saying is, this is our economy. It's about you and me buying things, investing things, selling things. Problem is companies like Walmart and Lowe's, Home Depot, they keep talking about low prices, but a lot of the stuff that they have is made in China. I had a guy who is, I have a Nissan that was made in Ohio, and he was making a big deal about, support the local economy. Well, then I went to his house, and he's got a brand new plasma TV that was made in China. We need to get off our soapboxes and realize that if we're really going to make a difference in our economy, we need to support our local economy. Well, back to the Walmart thing. I went to Office Depot. I'm not ashamed to say the name of the company, with my father-in-law about a month ago to get some plaster cloth because my daughter and I are building a train set. We walked around the store for 20 minutes and really couldn't find anybody to help us. So I went up, stood in line, and there was a lady that was putting some plants on the wall, and somebody else was helping her. Meanwhile, there was one checker, there were 6 people in line, and I waited and I waited and I waited. And I got up in line, and I slid my credit card across the counter, and the guy said, well, what do you want? I just told him I wanted to buy 5 minutes of someone to help me. And the lady went off on me and said that it was management's fault that there wasn't anybody there to help her. Meanwhile, she's just hanging plants on the wall. But she couldn't help me. And I asked her, I said, are you here for the customer, ma'am? Or are you here, for management? And she said, well, that's not my place to say, and you don't have to be like that. That's horrible. Unfortunately, I needed the plaster cloth. And there wasn't a local store, a mom and pop shop, to help me with that. I found over the last month that instead of going to Walmart for things, I went to Kriege Hardware in Edwardsville. I went to RP Lumber in Edwardsville. I went to other stores that are owned by people, Peace of Mind Books instead of Borders. That's where my wife goes. The prices really aren't any different, and the people actually know what they're talking about. They're there for the customer. We got to think about what we're doing. You want to go save 10 cents or 50 cents at Walmart? Or would you rather support your local economy by buying stuff from your local economy? Well, go downtown on a Saturday. Buy some shoes from the local shoe shop. Don't necessarily go to all the big name stores in the mall and stuff like that, because you're not supporting your local economy. That's what's going to save this country from our economic problems. You putting money back into your local economy. Support the local store owner who has kids that go to the high school or has kids that go to the grade school. It's your economy, not the presidents. Don't worry about gas prices and everything. If you want to complain about gas prices, buy a car that gets better fuel economy. You know, I have a guy that came into the store the other day driving this Hummer, and he's complaining about gas prices. I'm like, you get 8 miles to the gallon, that's your choice. It's your decision, not mine. You know, I drive a Nissan because it's a little truck that gets a little bit better fuel economy. Now, fortunately, I'm in a position where my wife and I are getting ready to buy a new vehicle, and I need a 4-door vehicle, and I'm seriously looking at the Chevy, the Colorado. You know, it's a small truck, it's 4 doors, so I can put the kids in the back. It gets pretty darn good fuel economy, and it's rated real well. That's what I hope to do, either get a Ford Ranger, which is actually made by Mazda in Mexico City, by the way, or get a Chevy Colorado, get a small truck that's a 4-door. It's our local economy that's going to really start to affect things. We need to start thinking about that.